Now to sport with Meredith Sheep.
Live broadcasts on television are a real challenge where any mistake can become part of the show. In such moments, journalists have to react instantly to find a way out of even the most absurd situations. In our new episode, you'll see how professionals handle unexpected moments live. Let's go! When giving a live interview, it's important to take precautions in advance to avoid such ridiculous situations. This time, it wasn't the TV host setting the tone with jokes, the guest played a cruel prank on him. A good sense of humor is the key to a report that will leave a lasting impression on viewers. It seemed like this expert's cat was literally trying to prevent the spread of information. No matter how annoying this reporter was, it's better not to wave your arms around, otherwise you might end up in a situation requiring police intervention. When passerby try to grab their 15 seconds of fame, it can get awkward. This journalist handled it with grace.
On moving during the course of this scenario, avoiding all cameras, unlike myself, who couldn't avoid a fan.
Even if she was very tired and her feet hurt, she picked the wrong moment to take off her shoes. For some reason, she didn't consider that showing off her tattoo might not be suitable for daytime television. He decided to bring to life the simplest and most straightforward way to get on television. They surely understand how ridiculous they look. However, since the game has started, they must see it through to the end and determine a winner. In her eagerness to create a memorable report, she went a little overboard. A journalist narrowly dodged an out-of-control car at the last moment. With reflexes like that, they might consider a career as a superhero. A chair gave out under the weight of a seasoned anchor's authority. A reporter so engrossed in their work almost had a heart attack when a blind man approached from behind unexpectedly. The funny part was that the anchor didn't realize the live broadcast had started. It was her panicked reaction as she frantically began working.
Now to sport with Meredith Sheep.
Instead of ending the broadcast with a handshake, the host somehow managed to fall awkwardly.
His penis out.
A journalist paid the price for choosing the wrong spot for a live report. They must have thought the field sprinklers would stop just for them. A guy sneakily grabbed a stranger's ice cream cone, took a bite, and tried to return it, but couldn't. He didn't mean to crash the live broadcast, but we're glad he did. The excitement of meeting a favorite celebrity took an odd turn. The entertainer looked shocked, but the fan kept smiling through convulsions? A cat doesn't care if it's a recording or live TV, it's always the star.
Estamos com um visitante ilustre aqui, né,
Ai,
Denise?
gente, perdão.
Imagina.
Nosso gatinho já tá passando por aqui nesse momento.
Some anchors resort to bizarre methods to draw attention during live broadcasts. Let's hope the pay makes up for it. Due to a lack of time for lunch, she had to snack right at her workplace, and of course, it ended up on camera. The presenter complained about women's footwear and even accidentally demonstrated just how hazardous high heels can be. This loving couple was very lucky. Their important moment for the future of their family was not only captured, but broadcast live. This heroic reporter stood their ground during gale force winds, refusing to abandon the broadcast despite nearly being blown away. Finding a parking spot is so tough these days that a driver decided to park right in the middle of a live report. A makeup artist was so dedicated to their craft that they continued working during a live broadcast. Now that's commitment. Yet another proof that working on television is never boring. When riding a bicycle, just like driving a car, it's important not to get distracted by a smartphone, or you might find yourself in an unpleasant situation. The studio is already in a constant state of chaos, so why not bring a dog along as well? Even without her words, it became obvious to viewers how strong the wind was outside. Spider-Man didn't expect to find himself in a situation where he had to save someone again. This fan didn't just jump into the frame, he also managed to scare the reporter.
Three, two, one. More cold air. 3, 2, 1.
This journalist's dog wasn't allowed on camera, so it made its own way into the live broadcast.
Warm up. It's going to take.
A sudden wasp appearance nearly caused the reporter to jump out of the frame, but no one was stung. Video conferences can be deceptive. While one participant looks professionally dressed for the camera, everything off-screen might be a different story. This journalist didn't seem thrilled with either their job or the topic of the report. I wonder what their boss had to say afterward. A live broadcast from a horror festival had an expected outcome. One of the characters joined the frame. The journalist's reaction was perfectly on theme. A grimace of disgust after tasting a guest chef's dish wasn't part of the plan, but at least the show was honest. A live beach report went off script when a wave interrupted the journalist's monologue. The comedic timing was impeccable. It seems the Polish president's wife might have a bone to pick with Donald Trump. In another instance, a woman refused Trump's attempt at a friendly kiss. Even the US president isn't immune to awkward moments on live TV. A journalist dressed as a dinosaur found joy in their costume, and so did everyone else in the studio, bursting into uncontrollable laughter.
Never done this in a dinosaur.
A live sports broadcast got chaotic when an athlete accidentally ripped the microphone out of the journalist's hands. He claimed someone else broke it. Reporting in a crowd of excited fans is challenging. This journalist's patience snapped after enduring too many jumps and shouts.
Oh my God.
When this woman chose a career in journalism, she probably didn't expect to be participating in internet challenges live on air.
Okay. Oh my God.
Strong winds during a live broadcast didn't just blow the journalist away, they knocked over the cameraman too. Sports journalism can be hazardous. You never know when a stray ball might hit you. Was it an accident or sabotage? A politician's live broadcast tumble was an accident, but check out his bodyguard's concerned expression. That guy clearly voted for Obama. The cat clearly doesn't care about your broadcast. This fluffy guest confidently struts through the frame, even posing with its tail like a cover star. Live broadcasts are always full of unexpected events, sometimes even hard to explain, but they're never boring to watch.
We are done covering this, but there you go. So just friendly.
This is precisely the kind of moment where it's better not to interfere in someone else's work to avoid looking a bit awkward.
Wait! No! No! Help!
What a super dance. Admit it, would you dare to try these moves? A speeding truck decided to sweep away all the interesting decor on the set, but let's admit, it looked spectacular. Didn't have time to see where the red arrow pointed? How about noticing that the girl's torso vanished, leaving only a floating head on the screen? The man in the background demonstrated firsthand just how difficult it is to move through deep snow. It seems the snowplow driver decided to add a few special effects to her report. Even though dinosaurs have been extinct for ages, their images still manage to instill fear. In a way, due to a technical glitch, the show became even more spectacular. Realizing she was in the wrong place, she had to exit the frame in a funny and somewhat awkward manner. Due to technical malfunctions, the hosts had to start the broadcast with apologies. Not only was his chair faulty, but his colleagues also decided to tease him about it. This journalist knew where to stand for the perfect live shot. Unfortunately, the guy in her frame didn't know what personal space means.
We do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
An anchor asked for a suspect sketch to be shown on screen, only to discover it looked like an 8-year-old had drawn it. A journalist's professional reaction to a rude attempt to disrupt the live shot deserves applause. How would you have handled it? Just as the journalist pointed to the rocket, it launched. A coincidence, not
Like
scripted
them.
magic.
You get that.
A journalist was discussing terrifying childhood dolls when one of them appeared in the frame. Perfect timing. Sometimes technical malfunctions ruin live broadcasts. This journalist's dramatic reaction suggests they might have a future in acting. A guy in a massive mascot costume managed to sneak up on a journalist unnoticed. Their synchronized fright made the report memorable. A reporter discussing the dangers of illegal substances was interrupted by a passerby admitting his addiction. A prank or a cry for help? A camera operator got so focused on filming that they accidentally collided with an Olympic athlete. No injuries, fortunately. No matter how delicious that hot dog was, for some reason, it didn't look very appetizing in his hands. Although she is a very responsible worker, she completely fails at keeping track of time. Reporting on natural disasters, including floods, is not only difficult, but also dangerous. Perhaps he decided that since he couldn't impress viewers with his outstanding performance, he should try to stand out in some other way. How exhausted do you have to be to fall asleep right in the middle of filming? An automated camera, while simplifying work, sometimes behaves far too unpredictably. The gossip was so engaging that the TV host completely forgot about her main task. It's good that the reporter warned viewers in advance that his skills left much to be desired. Covering a story after a massive flood wasn't the best idea, but now drivers have something to talk about for years to come.
This is about 3 feet, I would say, close to it. It's about up to my hip length and about 2 hours. Excuse me, what? What was that? No, you can't. You really should be turning around. That's what PennDOT says. They advise you to turn around because you could get ticketed if you do this. All right, so yep, you can see him. He's going to be backing up on this road because you can see how deep that water.
Sometimes it's impossible to get into a work mood no matter how hard you try. The giggles take over, and who can resist laughing? Sometimes anchors joke with each other better than professional comedians. This time, viewers were laughing right along with them.
Is that my stripper name? Elf. Christmas elf. Oh! Christmas elf name. Peaches sticky fingers? Cookie fingers.
Technology during live broadcasts can be tricky. It shows up where it shouldn't, leaving everyone slightly puzzled. What can I say? A dog in the frame instantly lifted everyone's spirits. Animals have that charm, no argument there. Although the era of mandatory mask wearing is over, some continue to surprise with their strange inventions. Why not? Sometimes a live broadcast is the perfect opportunity for an impromptu laugh, especially when the story begs for a humorous twist. She's cozy in a warm studio delivering the news. Meanwhile, the reporter in the field just hopes not to freeze in the wind. Now that's tough working conditions. Sometimes you have to get soaked on camera. This time, though, it's the reporter's own clumsiness to blame, and the results speak for themselves.
Free cash. There's a lot of money and a lot of car. Get the entry in. My pack is really expensive and it's on my back. Oh my god.
Who thought sticking your legs into a stool was a good idea? The predictable outcome caught up with him faster than the crew could blink. While some deliver the report calmly, others are on edge. Standing still? Never heard of it.
Popular demand. It doesn't work that way. Hold on, Abby, what is it?
Enter a unique character who effortlessly steals the spotlight. It seems viewers are now more interested in them than the story. Random passerby can liven up any broadcast with their unique take, bringing even more excitement than any special effects ever could. A raging storm decided that it was time to take down a bridge. The camera, just a bystander. Nature has its own agenda. Playing soccer in heels? Bad idea. One kick and she's gracefully sprawled on the floor, showing off her proud landing skills. Decided to mind your own business before going live? Big mistake. One slip up and you're caught off guard, missing your cue completely. The girl was clearly on cloud 9 when she was lifted into the air. A few spins later and her mood soared to the heavens. When animals appear on screen, expect the unexpected. Either they'll steal the show, or you'll both become the stars of the broadcast. Apparently, he thought the stage performer needed some extra flair and decided to enhance the act. Little did he know how dramatic the finale would be. Well, kids will be kids, and when they burst onto the set unexpectedly, what do? Just keep smiling and carry on with the broadcast. Honestly, no idea what's going on, but it's fascinating. What could have sparked such a lively reaction, do you think? It looks like one of his employees chose a completely inappropriate moment to leave their workplace. Thanks to the mascot's unexpected stunt, this report became far less boring. Who said there's no room for jokes and pranks on television? The TV channel employee probably had no idea that hundreds of viewers would witness her fiery dance. Most likely, she hoped that a handstand would get her noticed by the management. However, no one appreciated this trick. His long exposure to the sun before the match proved to be too much of a challenge. Some people strive for fame by suddenly appearing in the frame, which of course irritates reporters. He soon deeply regretted his decision to take part in this adventure when he realized just how painful the waxing procedure was. The report was so dull that even the cameraman momentarily lost focus. The person in the mascot costume not only fulfills their duties, but also takes the initiative, creating extra publicity for this store. You wouldn't think a studio is a place where it's easy to get injured. However, due to a clumsy colleague, the girl still got hit on the head. And although a puppy appeared on the screen instead of the promised rabbit, one must admit that he turned out to be a worthy replacement. TV shows constantly surprise audiences with unusual formats and unexpected twists, often inviting guests without revealing all the details of the script. This allows hosts to catch them in spontaneous reactions and create memorable on-air moments. One pesky insect almost ruined the broadcast. Pretending it wasn't there became impossible. The reporter finally gave in. Live broadcasts are full of unexpected surprises, but this time, as you can see, the surprise turned out to be quite pleasant. A dangerous and serious situation. I hope she received immediate help. After all, anyone can feel unwell at any moment. She really shouldn't have gotten so close to the edge. No surprise she lost her footing, and as a result, the fall was inevitable. It seems that she didn't believe until the last moment that she'd get hit with a snowball right in the face, but as they say, bullseye. Who is this mysterious woman, and what brought her on camera remains unclear, but one thing's obvious: her ridiculous appearance made the host struggle to keep a straight face. And here comes the star of the segment, a feathery troublemaker showing off in front of the camera with flair.
Yeah, car is all come on. Hey, bud. Are you gonna
Silliness on camera is a classic. After all, as they say, the camera never forgives mistakes and captures every detail. She definitely underestimated the chicken, thinking it was tame and docile. At the right moment, the bird reminded her who's in charge. Looks like the giraffe found a new friend, or maybe he just discovered the perfect scratching post, who knows? So what if there's a screen glitch? The main thing is to keep calm and carry on as if everything's perfect. Truly professional behavior.
What should I do? Don't you love it?
And here's an unexpected twist. A quick hairdo right at the workplace. Now that's a moment to remember. What do we have here? What's making those hands tremble? There's probably an explanation, but for now, we can only guess. Men will be men. They'll always find a way to joke and laugh, even in the most unexpected situations. You know what I mean? It's no surprise that many TV channels strive to choose bright, charismatic, and captivating presenters. In this case, the costume didn't save the wearer, but instead put them in the most awkward light. Ever been in such a situation? It seems the studio guest got a surprise, and judging by her warm and delighted reaction, it was a smashing success. News might seem serious, but even here, bloopers happen that make you laugh until you cry. It seems even an insect couldn't resist the striking neckline of the journalist. The cameraman was so focused on filming that he didn't even notice when he stumbled and fell into the water. The cameraman probably thought he had found the perfect spot for filming, but didn't account for the possibility of conditions changing unexpectedly. Evening shows remain one of the most popular formats on television. For celebrities, participating in such programs is a great way to maintain public interest in themselves. That's why they carefully plan their looks, prepare for potential jokes, and aim to make the most striking impression on TV viewers. A girl decided the insect was bothering the journalist and, not finding another way to get rid of it, opted to slap her. This sports journalist has been in similar situations before, where athletes decided to joke around, so she didn't seem surprised when a pie hit her face. This reporter takes his work so seriously that he didn't let the women kiss him live on air. An elderly man suddenly appeared on camera and began making strange noises resembling meows and barks. Either he wanted to draw attention to himself, or he didn't like the topic of the report. Perhaps the position she found herself in during the broadcast wasn't the most comfortable, but it did give viewers the chance to admire her stunning legs. It seems she forgot she was in a studio surrounded by cameras and allowed herself to become a bit too relaxed. He needed to knock a bottle off the table, but at the crucial moment, something went wrong and the trick failed. During an interview, a man made a glaring mistake in basic time calculations and immediately realized it.